I'm Claudia the Bee from Be Together. I'm the founder of this project or of this company.
Great. So hi everyone. I'm Emiliano, co-founder and CEO of Raiz Vertical Farms. So we're a vertical farming startup building on Near.
I'm Felix, also called After. I'm in the Near space for now 9 months approximately, and I started out hearing about Near as a computer science student going to a music festival, and we work with the Near tokens.
So my name is Justin. I'm co-founder of a project called C1, which is a guild and a DAO, and actually a registered NGO in Nigeria.
In the very beginning, like more than 20 years ago, I started in a bank in Switzerland. I worked at the bank as a banker for 10 years. Then I changed into marketing communication. Then I was approached during COVID, I was jobless. And I was approached by Yasin Sheikh, the CFO of Near, if I want to onboard as an artist. And he said, please mint your NFT. And I was like, okay, what are you talking about? I have no clue. And so I started, and due to the fact that I always wanted to be a freelancer and also a digital nomad, I saw my chance. And actually I started with a project out of love. I did my first NFT store on Mintbase for Africa Burn. It's called Save the Clan, and it was quite successful. We have over 1,000 NFTs in that store. And through that I got more involved, and yeah, then it happened, and I decided, until then I had a job again, but then I decided to quit the job and start my own business, and now I'm on it.
I would say it was a journey, both personally and from the company. I've been in the space, blockchain space, for around 5 years now, and came to the, let's say, vertical farming angle after working with energy companies and distributed energy resources such as solar, and also combining these blockchain tools to make them more accessible and traceable. So that was what got me into vertical farming, I would say 3 years ago or so, seeing that they have a high energy consumption.
So I wanted to become part of the new ecosystem, as I figured that this ecosystem is pretty early and everybody is pretty approachable. And to my satisfaction, or maybe that's the wrong word, but I was really happy to I was supported really well. And initially I wanted to learn how to code, because Near is pretty easily approachable for developers, but I was simply not good enough to make a contribution. So I just tried to figure out other ways to basically become part of the ecosystem as a whole.
I'm a music producer, audio engineer, and I've been doing that plus, different businesses. But I got into the space through NXM, which is another guild, music guild on Near Protocol. And through that, I just kind of collaborated with people in the ecosystem, met my co-founder Day, did a track with him, released it as an NFT. And me and him just kind of decided that we wanted to give away some of the revenue to charity. And that's what kind of snowballed everything. So we gave that to charity, and then we were like, we could do this with everything that we release.
So Be Together involves a lot of education on the artist level and on the nonprofit level. By now we have around 150 artists, like active ones, I would say 100 on board, literally from all over the world, from Russia, from Vietnam, from Brazil, from South Africa, from Uganda, from Nigeria, Europe. We have a lot, and it really differs. We work with splits. So every artist is uploading his artwork under his name. There are other organizations or platforms, they do donation for social projects, but they collect the art and then divide it in the end through a DAO or either via normal bank transfer. And I really like to give all the artists the individual credit of the art. So every artist that is onboarded receives a little starter gift from our side to activate his Near wallet, and then he can start minting the NFTs with his name.
What we do is community-based vertical farming. Will be effectively the first tokenized vertical farm, in the sense that we will be both selling plants through NFTs, but also tokenizing the farms themselves to be able to become investable digital assets worldwide. So our vision is to empower communities to deploy their own farms to feed cities and become more resilient, but also to take vertical farming to the next level in terms of digitalization.
Felix, I wanted to know more about NFTs anyway, so I just started an NFT collection since it seemed really easy to do that. The main goal was basically to just, since NEAR was climate neutral, donate 25% to charitable causes, and split the rest among the artists and me and go ahead. And yeah, since then the project has grown a lot. The project's name is NEAR Ocean by now, formerly known as Friendly Sea Creatures.
What C1 is, it's a charity foundation that helps to develop free art programs for the less fortunate, helps to onboard people into the Web3 space, and give people who wouldn't normally have the chances to have a source of revenue. So that's kind of what we do in a nutshell. It's art programs that act as a natural onboarding mechanism in Web3.
I chose NEAR because, first of all, I started with that. It's because of Yesin, of course, but also the green aspect of it. And as I mentioned in the beginning, I worked in the project South Pole, the green NFTs. And through that, I also learned that they are supporting project for South Pole regards reforestation to compensate the carbon footprint. And when I started the project with Africa Burn Save the Clan, I had to choose a blockchain that is working in that area, because we are a community at Africa Burn that we try to be sustainable. We do not leave any trace in the desert when we go to that artistic gathering. And yeah, that's the reason why.
I would say 2 key points again, or 3. One of them is very, very obvious that NEAR is a climate neutral blockchain, right? Given its integration with South Pole and the advancements of the technology and sharding, it allows us to operate in a very efficient manner, both costly in terms of cost and in terms of energy expenditure. So that's one, and truly aligns with our values, right? Secondly, so the regional nodes happening within the NEAR ecosystem, there was also one in Lisbon, right? So there's a solid community in Lisbon. So us being Lisbon-based, it was a perfect match of a strong protocol that is already with a solid base presence in Lisbon. And thirdly, I would say the great community and the support from all the foundation. Right?
Yeah, the whole experience was just very welcoming, and every day I interacted with these people more. I wanted to be part of the ecosystem a bit more. Then, I mean, I wouldn't probably do it if NEAR wasn't carbon neutral. So yeah, I wasn't really sure on the environmental impact of other blockchains. So I avoided the interaction with them, because I didn't know how much negative impact on the environment I was actually causing. Building
on NEAR is, well, for me, it's the first blockchain that I was introduced to. So it's kind of like, I'm very NEAR-centric in that way. I don't hold anything else, but the transaction fees, the gas fees, are less than like a penny. So it's the speed and it's the cost. Especially when you're dealing with communities that don't have a lot of funding, it's easy to get involved in this blockchain rather than Ethereum.